What's good, family? It's your boy Just Blaze, host of the best NBA pod in the game, Above the Rim. Keep it locked each week and join myself and a special guest as we tackle the latest rumblings in the league. If it's happening in the NBA, you know I got you covered. Make sure you subscribe on all platforms and leave that 5-star review. Let's get it.
What happened there? I've never seen anything like that.
It's ridiculous. It's obvious what's being done out here. It's on a nightly basis. I hope the world can see now what's really going on out here, because it's getting ridiculous. It's really ridiculous.
But did it come out of your mouth accidentally? Is that what happened?
Yes, man. This is ridiculous, man. Ridiculous.
Talk about it.
You are now tuned in to Above the Rim.
Welcome, family, to another edition of Above the Rim, episode 99, brought to you, as always, by your honorable host, Justin, a.k.a. Just Blaze. The road to episode 100 is almost here, y'all. We almost there. We on 99 right now. It's been a really, really long journey. I can't even front. A lot of sleepless nights, putting shows together, getting research, watching film. But I gotta say, man, it's definitely all worth it, because I enjoy it. I enjoy what I do. I enjoy talking to the family. I enjoy talking hoops. I enjoy sparring. I enjoy connecting with new people in this podcast game, man. I enjoy it, and it's been a long road, but a very fulfilling road, I should say. Very fulfilling. Definitely do. Each and every week, man. It's made me feel good to get on the mic and talk hoops, talk to sports, man. And it's just a good feeling. You know what I'm saying? It's a good feeling. I'm just happy that happy to accomplish such a feat as in getting over to episode 100, man. Because a lot of cats can't make it to 100. I can guarantee you that. A lot of cats are not making it to 100. That's for damn sure. And first of all, if you want to be technical about it, a lot of these shows are weak and have no business making it to 100 episodes. Real talk. But that's neither here nor there. But as always, family, you can find Above the Rim anywhere you listen to podcasts: iTunes, Stitcher, Google, Spotify, YouTube, also lineups.com as well. Make sure you guys are going and subscribing to that YouTube page as well. To get in contact with me, you can always hit me up and follow me on Twitter at JustBlaze_513. That's JUSBLAZE_513. On IG is JustBlaze513. On Facebook, search Above the Rim Podcast. Also email the show as well at Above the Rim NBA Podcast at gmail.com. Call up to talk about it line. You already know, 908-718-1592. If you got any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, you want to just holler at me, you want to chop it up, let me know, man. Leave that voicemail, send me an email, whatever the case may be. And a couple of announcements before I get into everything. Actually, I'm sure you guys already figured it out by now, but it's a solo dolo episode going on right now. Episode 99. I had to do a solo dolo because I just wanted to give a little quick snippet, quick snack, a little prelude to episode 100, But speaking of 100, I need y'all to support a brother for episode 100 coming out soon, man. It's going to be the next one. I'll be doing a video podcast for that one, so it's going to be fire. Most definitely. So you guys are all going to get to see us record a show, see what goes on behind the scenes, and all the work that it takes getting Above the Rim together. I got Mellow Reem coming through. I got Damo coming through for that one. So it's gonna be up everywhere, especially on YouTube. Entire episode of us chopping it up. Probably I haven't figured out a name for that one, but I'll figure it out soon. But we're definitely gonna be recording that soon. It's gonna be a free agency mega free agency show, because it's spicy this time of year, especially free agency. It's spicy season right now. It definitely is. So I need you guys to be sharing that, liking the YouTube page, subscribing to the channel. It's all about showing love, man. So be out on the lookout for that. It's episode 100 coming soon. Should be out probably next week. I'm gonna be recording that this week also, right online, right in time for free agency. So definitely getting that. So let's get right into things, man. Of course, it's the NBA. 24-hour news cycle. 365 days a year. We talking about the NBA right now. There's always some drama, always something going on, always things to talk about. And man, the award show. Just watched that NBA award show tonight. Garbage. Basura. Terrible. What is the NBA thinking right now? It's corny. The shit is corny. Let's keep it real. It's corny. The jokes are weak. The energy is low. It's too damn late in the season for an NBA award show. This needs to be done right after the regular season because there's no point to it. I mean, I understand what the NBA is trying to do. We understand it's a business at the end of the day, and we understand that things like this, events like this, cause conversation around the NBA, keeps the NBA in the news cycles. But come on, man. I mean, I don't know how y'all feel about it. Excuse me, but I wasn't feeling it like that. I mean, and to me, it's more so about the timing. It needs to be done right after the regular season. Whatever you got to do, the NBA needs to change this around and make this be done right when the regular season is over. Either extend the break between the last regular season game and the first playoff game, and just do the award show then. Just do it then. Extend it. You know how after the final regular season game usually is about on like a Wednesday. They usually do Wednesday, Thursday, or something like that, and then the playoffs start that Saturday. All you got to do is just extend it. Extend the break from the regular season to the playoffs. Give the players a week off, and then have the NBA award show in the middle right there. So it's like a little intermission before the real season starts, the postseason. But I mean, hey, NBA, I get it. I mean, I think it's corny, but man, it's whatever. I'm not mad at it. Shout out to Giannis, Greek Freak, for winning that MVP though. Well deserved. Only only the fifth international player to win MVP, which is pretty dope. I know it's him. I know it's Dirk, Steve Nash, Hakeem Olajuwon, Hakeem the Dream. And Tim Duncan as well. They consider international from the Virgin Islands, I believe, so they consider him international. But yeah, shout out to Giannis for winning that MVP, man. I mean, I know I had Harden as my MVP. A lot of people had Harden as their MVP. But Giannis, he deserved it. He was the best player on the team with the best regular season record all year. So I understand you got to reward winning. Excuse me. But me personally, Harden is my MVP. He had more moments to me, more intriguing, more significant, more impactful regular season moments. The streak of 30-plus point games. I forgot how many 50-plus point games he had. I believe it was over 6 or something like that. So, phenomenal numbers. Phenomenal year all around for James Harden, but a better season for Giannis Antetokounmpo as he took the MVP. So I'm not mad at that. I had Harden winning, but I'm not mad at that. Harden should be worried about championships right now anyway. Stop worrying about MVP awards. It's about titles for you, bro. You know I got a lot of heat for my Rockets, so let's get that done. The NBA draft. A very interesting NBA draft. It was cool. It was good to see. It was good to watch. I love to see the young kids getting drafted in the league. The new talent coming into the league. We all watch them in college, so we all have our personal favorites. You know, people who we feel like have the most potential. But everyone was solid at the draft. I'm not gonna lie. I like how these young kids put themselves together. Everybody was looking clean. They took their appearance seriously, which I'm a big stickler for. These young cats need to learn how to dress, man. But they were trying. They still got to upgrade a little bit, but they were trying. So shout out to them. I love to see the dynamic between the parents and the kids as well. Drafting, there were a lot of fathers there, which was great to see. A lot of black fathers there with their sons. A lot of sons being proud of their kids. A lot of kids being feeling accomplished, that they set the goal out for themselves to get drafted into the NBA. They promised their parents, and look, there it is. So it's always a good feeling. Always a good feeling as a child to know that you've made your parents proud. Every kid wants to make their parents proud. So I love to see that in the NBA draft. There's a lot of crying going on there too. But I'm not mad at that. They were just showing a little emotion. They were just a little hype. It's cool. It's all good. What's the draft, man? Zion, we know, is the number one pick. Had to be the number one pick. Come on now. He had to. The Big Easy, New Orleans Pelicans, they had to go that route. They had to get Zion. So no surprise there. You can't pass up on a generational talent like him with the number one pick. So I love their core moving forward. I'm going to talk about them a little bit later in this episode, but I love their young core moving forward, man. I can't even front. Those Pelicans are going to be exciting to watch if they keep this young core together right now and they don't trade any of them during the season or before the season. I like that young core, man. I like Lonzo. Love Zion. Ingram's going to be putting up buckets up there. Still got the vet Drew Holiday over there. And they're going to be a nice squad. Definitely going to be some nice young pieces there. Not even going to lie. Ja Morant went number 2 to the Memphis Grizzlies. No surprise there either. Ja Morant. I'm big on him. I was one of his big fans coming out of college. Great pickup for them. And I'm not gonna lie, I think he's gonna have the most success early on in his career out of all of the rookies, out of all the young guys that were drafted. I think he's gonna have the most success early on in his career because Memphis, they basically giving him the keys to the franchise. Run with it. So I think he's gonna excel because I think he has the heart, I think he has the drive, I think he has the will, he has the want to, and he definitely wants to be great. You could tell. So I'm a big fan of Ja Morant, and I really wanted him to go to the Knicks, man. I would have been even happier. Not that I'm a Knicks fan, but it'd be easier to check him out at the Garden. But he's all the way over there in Memphis, so good. But I'm high hopes for Ja Morant. Love to see him over there. And RJ Barrett, number 3 pick. Finally, the damn Knicks did the right thing, made the correct draft choice that they needed to make. But I gotta tell y'all, man. New York City. My brothers out here, y'all gotta chill. I really need y'all to chill. I really need y'all to relax a little bit. Stop putting expectations on this young dude already, RJ Barrett. Let son grow. Let him learn how to be a professional before you put the franchise all on his shoulders. Stop putting all these unreal expectations on him. Stop telling him the franchise is on his shoulders. Are his shoulders big enough to carry the franchise? That was the first question that one of these moronic reporters asked him right after he got drafted. Are your shoulders big enough to carry New York City and the franchise on your back? Ridiculous question. Come on, man. Come on. Knick fans, y'all really good. Matter of fact, y'all want to hear some of this? I put this up on my Instagram, and it's too funny. Like, Knick fans, after RJ got drafted, one of these news shows went into some random basement New York bar, got some fans who were watching the draft, they were drunk, and listen to them how they were so damn hype about RJ Barrett.
Just got an elite talent, okay, baby? The Maple Mamba is in New York. We are excited. Number 3 pick. Knicks are back. Season tickets. Let's go. Knickerbocker basketball.
Man, long time coming, man. RJ Barrett, welcome to New York, baby. This is what it's all about, right here.
The number 1 rated player in the draft. It's a beautiful thing.
Oh, you hate to see it. You hate to see it. I'm not gonna lie, you hate to see it. Hold up, the Maple Mamba though? The Maple Mamba. This guy said the Maple Mamba. Stop it. Stop it, Knicks fans. Just relax. Chill out. Check out a summer league. See how he progresses. Relax. The Maple Mamba. Cut it out. Stop giving him nicknames already. Let's see how he performs. He looks like he's ready for the challenge. I like his family. I like his father. Looks like a good dude. Well respectable young man. But chill out, man. Let this young man grow. Relax. I was surprised to see Cleveland actually take Darius Garland with the 5th pick. I was very intrigued by that. He's one of the best young point guards in the draft, and it was a good selection by Houston. But the problem is they already have Colin Sexton on their roster, who they drafted last year as their franchise point guard. So that's going to be an interesting point guard battle to watch for there in Cleveland. And last but not least, the young Hawks. Spectacular draft night. They selected DeAndre Hunter, and he got Cam Reddish also as well. Slid down to the number 10 pick. Both of these dudes are going to fit with their young core nicely. Both wings, athletic, can run the break, can play some defense, can shoot a little bit. Listen, the Hawks are building a nice young core. It's going to be a lot of running and gunning down there in the ATL, and they are definitely on my radar. They've been on my radar actually from last year. Y'all know I'm a Trae Young fan anyway, so that's nothing new. Speaking of Trae Young, robbed by the way, for rookie of the year. He should have got that. I don't care what they're saying. He was the best rookie in the league for only the second half of the season. Who cares? He was playing better. He was winning games, and he was putting up astronomical numbers, like big time rookie numbers. So stop hating on my man Trae Young. All right, he was best. I think he's gonna have the best career 10 years from now in that draft over Luka. Luka's a great player. Don't get me wrong. He's a damn good rookie. I ain't gonna lie. But I'm a Trae Young guy. And, Luka deserves it. It's not like he didn't deserve it or anything like that. He's a phenomenal rookie himself. But me personally, I would have gave it to Trae. Me personally. So, hey, man. Whatever. The Houston Rockets. Where do I start? Honestly, where do I start? I wanted to touch on this in some detail because the Houston Rockets, man. We've been in the news right now. My Rockets have been in the news for not good things. There's been a little bit of turmoil going on. Well, reported turmoil. I don't believe the fake turmoil going on right now. It's clickbait season, so you know how it is. And listen, there's been a lot of reports about how CP3 demanded a trade. Him and Harden are not speaking. They haven't spoken in 2 months. What else are they saying? That Harden went to the front office, said either me or him. Chris Paul's not happy with the offense. They had a major feud. Listen, man, this is a lot of clickbait, pitter-patter, petty banter going on right now. That's why I'm calling this episode Embrace It. You gotta embrace it. It looks like the media has chosen the Rockets as the villains of next season. They were already revving up to this point last year. You know how the media already feels about the Rockets or anybody on the Rockets. As though they always got something negative to say about them, but that's neither here nor there. But it looks like they're the villains. They've been chosen. It's narrative season. 100%. No, it is. So, all this talk, all this hoopla going around about CP3 demanding a trade. He's not happy. Y'all gotta stop biting on every word that the media feeds to you, man. You really do. You really do. These reporters love a good storyline. They love a good storyline. Sources now. Sources. That word sources is so powerful. You can put sources on anything, and people will believe you. Sources is just another word for I'm making this story up so that I can get some attention, because then if I'm right, I'm an insider. But if I'm wrong, then I'm not going to be held accountable for being wrong, because the reporter who was reporting those stories was dead wrong. It was dead wrong. So it's villain time right now for the Rockets and CP in particular. So those boys got to embrace it 100%. Because it's crazy. It's crazy to me how the narrative just switches over and over, and some of you guys in the media, some of you guys on Twitter, whoever the case may be, first y'all mad about the Rocket style of play. Now y'all mad because Chris Paul has been reported was asking for more ball movement. Why is that a problem? I need the energy to be the same. I need it to be the same. When CP first got to Houston, it was to share ball handling duties with James Harden. We all know why he came there, and it was to allow both of them a chance to play off the ball, chance to preserve some energy, because both of them were the primary ball handlers on their team before they got there. So they both wanted to alleviate some of those responsibilities off of each other. That was the reason for the pairing. And you see, first year, it worked phenomenal. They took turns ball handling. They took turns running the offense. It was a seamless process. This year, not so seamless. So we all know Chris Paul got hurt. He missed a couple of games. He missed about a good 20 games, which was bad. And then James Harden took over from right there. It was a James Harden show at that point, which he needed to do, which is nothing wrong with. He needed to take over because the Rockets went from the 14th to the 2nd seed in a matter of, I believe it was 3 weeks or about a month or a month and a half, something like that. They jumped 12 spots in the West, and that was all because of James Harden, his heroics. It was heroics. But you see, the difference is now, last year, CP3 last year, he was tied for 55th in usage rate. That's tied with Buddy Hield for usage. Harden was 4th in usage in the league before Chris Paul got there. Jumped up to number 1 after Chris Paul got there. Number 1. Now, come on now. Chris Paul, you know, is a Hall of Fame playmaker. His bread and butter is playmaking. He's a floor orchestrator. You know what he does. This is not new for anyone else here. Why aren't the Rockets maximizing the talents of a Chris Paul? That's the reason why you brought him here, to alleviate ball handling duties from James Harden. Why are you giving all of the ball handling duties back to James Harden and essentially turning Chris Paul into a role player, a spot up shooter? A lot of times you would turn him into a 2-guard. That's not his bread and butter. That's not where he's most effective on the floor. We know Chris Paul is not a 30 points per game scorer. He's never been that. So why act like he's going to be that now? That's never been his game. He's always been a floor orchestrator, always been great at getting his other teammates involved. That's just what he does. So put him in position to succeed, and then it also puts everyone else in position to succeed. Once Chris Paul is initiating the offense, James Harden needs to be off the ball, needs to be moving, he needs to be cutting, he needs to be screening, he needs to be doing pin downs, he needs to be calling for the ball, being for post-ups. He needs to be a decoy to allow the offense to run a lot smoother. It's just that simple, James Harden. Cut the nonsense. It's that simple. You know what you got to do. And my issue right now is amid all these rumors, this turmoil, quote unquote, as they're calling it, where's James Harden right now? Chris Paul came out with a couple of statements. Murray's been talking his ass off these past couple of weeks. Where's Harden right now? I need you to be a leader. Why can't you be a leader and squash whatever's going on? He's the MVP from a year ago. You got to show that leadership. It's the time to step up. It's your team. It's your franchise. In times of turmoil, when the chips are stacked against you, you come together. You rally the troops. And you let everyone know we're in this together. Nobody's happy right now. They lost. The Rockets lost, so nobody's going to be happy. And I don't think there's any problem with having a little bit of tension in the locker room. So what? These dudes are men. It's okay to have tension in the locker room. Grow up. It's not a big deal. And it's funny how a lot of these critics, analysts, whatever the case may be, feel like the Rockets need to make significant changes to their roster if they are to have any hopes of contending. How, Sway? How? Help me understand this. I want to know how we're so far and away, the Rockets are so far and away from contending when they were just contenders 2 years in a row. The core is still there. This same core with the right mid-level MLE signing, mid-level exception, and veteran minimum additions, I think they're absolutely very capable of contending. Listen, there's a lot of guys that the Rockets can acquire on the market. Rudy Gay, I've been throwing out on Twitter a lot. I think is a phenomenal fit for the Houston Rockets. He's a big 3'4", 6'8", 6'9". He can post up. He can shoot from the perimeter. He can catch and shoot. He could create his own shot. He could play defense. Rudy Gay, he's mild-mannered. He can fit right in. Rudy Gay, I feel like, is the perfect fit for the Houston Rockets, and I think he needs to be a number one target for them. Hopefully, I don't know if they can pry him away from San Antonio, because I know they got some money to give him, but hey, man, if you want to win, I think he'll be a phenomenal fit over there for Houston, 100%. And we know the other fit that I've been calling for the Rockets. I've been saying it since last year, actually, since they were rumored to acquire him. Jimmy Butler, the Rockets' number one target this summer. Number one target. I think he's a phenomenal fit for this team. Phenomenal fit. I think he's the wing that the Rockets needed, because you know what their problem was? They had nobody who can score over 6'5". Nobody who can score on that roster over 6'5". No one who can create their own shot. You know, Clint Capella looking like a Michael Ola with candy in the playoffs. What the hell happened to him? It's a problem right now. He's on my shit list. Eric Gordon played well, but he's still relatively short. He's stumpy, he's stocky. He's 6'4", 6'5", 2 guard, and he was playing the 3 for a lot of the year. So he's been playing out of position all year. So we need a 3 that can create his own shot, that can play some defense, that can guard the top wings in the league, the LeBrons, the Kawhis, the Paul Georges, guys like that. We need a defender because we can't put it all on. You can't put it all on PJ Tucker. He's already working hard enough. Clint Capella, we know, is not gonna step up. I kind of threw him to the wolves right now. He's a solid setter for what he is, but you can't rely on him. I mean, to me, honestly, I wouldn't be that surprised, and I wouldn't be that mad if the Rockets moved Clint Capella. I wouldn't be that mad because I feel like you can replace his type of production at a cheaper cost. So if you can get another asset for Clint Capella, I'm good with that. And for all these people who are thinking that the Rockets can't afford Jimmy Butler, it can be done. They don't have any cap room, but you got to learn the salary cap. They can easily do a sign and trade. Very easily. They can do a sign and trade two ways. They can do an opt-in, where Jimmy Butler opts into his contract and forces the Philadelphia 76ers to trade him to use. It's not necessarily forced, but it's telling them, listen, I want to go to Houston, and if you guys want some compensation for me, then you might as well make a deal with him. You get something for me instead of nothing. People are forgetting that's the same exact way Chris Paul went over there to the Houston Rockets 2 years ago. He opted into the last year of his deal so that it's easier to make the money work. So he took less. People are forgetting that he took less when he could have got a max contract a year before. Could have got the super max. So he took less by opting into that contract in order to make the money work so they can make that deal for him. And the Clippers got equitable compensation for him. They got Beverly, they got Lou, they got Montrez. So they had compensation for him. So Jimmy Butler can do the same thing, and the Rockets won't have to send out as much salary to make the money work. So it's very possible. Or he can just do a literal sign and trade where Philly signs him for that max, and then they have to trade him to the Rockets and they make the money work. You could do a 3-team deal. I know the Celtics wanted Clint Capella. That could happen. The Celtics could get Clint Capella. The Rockets could get Jimmy Butler. The 76ers could get Eric Gordon, Marcus Smart, and a couple of picks. That's very much in the works. And the money works as well because I already tried it on that trade machine. Y'all know that trade machine is real deal. I ain't gonna lie. That ESPN trading machine, you know it's real deal. But yeah, man. So I'm not buying. I'm not buying what the media is selling right now with all this Rockets tension. Chris Paul and James Harden is unsalvageable. Get out of here. I don't believe it. I don't. I'm sorry, I don't. Everybody got a little tension. Kobe and Shaq had tension. MJ had tension with his teammates. It happens. That's what you want. That's what you got to do when you want to win. When you want to win, has to be some little scuffles. Everyone has to get their point across, and we know. Listen, we're paying attention to what Mike D'Antoni does this summer, because boy, you know I'm heated on Mike D'Antoni, and I've been saying he gotta go, because he's most definitely gotta go. So we'll see. He's gonna be there, obviously, for next season, but they stripped his entire coaching staff, so we'll see who they replace him with, who they replace those guys with. Hopefully, a strong-minded coaches that can command the locker room a little bit better, because you know D'Antoni, his scared ass. He definitely doesn't confront the players. He definitely doesn't, squash tensions or arguments. He just let these dudes go. Soft. So, I'm not a big fan of D'Antoni, but hey, he's here for the foreseeable future. So, we'll see how that goes. And more about the Rockets free agency and free agency in general also on the next episode on 100. But to close out the show, man, I didn't get to talk about it too much last episode because we're talking about a lot of different topics with Scoop. But man, the AD trade, I'm not gonna lie, can't front. My basketball feelings aside, it was a great trade for the Lakers. I don't care what nobody. Well, actually, I can't even say the Lakers. It was a great trade for both teams. This is one of those very, very rare win-win deals in the NBA. Win-win deals. David Griffin did his thing on his AD trade. I'm not gonna lie. David Griffin on the New Orleans Pelicans, he did his thing on the trade. Essentially, he turned Anthony Davis into Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, number 8 pick, number 17 pick, number 35 pick, The number 4 pick, the Lakers 2021 pick, another pick in 2022, and they got rid of Solomon Hill's garbage contract. Solomon Hill, nobody wants him. Come on now. Phenomenal haul for 1 star. That's phenomenal. So you gotta give him credit for sticking it out, sticking to his guns, and maximizing what he can get back for his franchise star, Anthony Davis. And on the Lakers side of things, I don't know why people crying about this deal, about how much the Lakers gave up. I mean, I understand they did give up a lot. Don't get me wrong. They definitely gave up on the youth movement for acquiring a franchise star. But are we surprised right now? Come on now. LeBron James is on this team. You know this guy's not settling for young guys on this team. You know he wants to win right now. You know it's a win now mode. You know he goes through mid-season reconstruction every single year. You know how LeBron does. I mean, this is no different. I'm not surprised. I was not surprised when the deal went down because I knew it was happening. There's no way the Rich Paul was going to let the Pelicans trade Anthony Davis to any other team to not his preferred destination. So we know that was just happening. It was just a matter of time. But I like it for the Lakers. I like it. Listen, if you want to be a championship team, you have to have 2 franchise cornerstone superstars. At least 2. And they have 2 right now. Now the issue is, what are they going to put around those 2? I don't know if I trust the Lakers front office right now to put the requisite parts around that duo, because AD LeBron duo, phenomenal pairing. I'm not gonna front. That's a hell of a front court. With Kuzma thrown in there too, that's a hell of a front court. I don't know if they're gonna have AD playing the 4. I don't know if they're gonna have him playing the 5, depending on who they sign in the summer. But I mean, JaVale McGee obviously should come back. To be honest, he'll have a nice role on that team. But yeah, listen. That's a great foundation, but see, me personally, and I said it in the last episode, if I'm the Lakers, now they have a little bit less in cap room. I believe it's either $23 or $27 million they have left in cap room, right? So with that being said, I would disperse that money to get quality high-end role players. Quality high-end role players. I wouldn't use all of that money on 1 star like how they want to do, because that's exactly what the Lakers want to do. You know, it's all about star or bust over there in La La Land, over there in LA. But I get it, and I totally understand it. But I'm not gonna lie, I don't feel like that's the right decision. I don't feel like it's a smart thing to do, and I don't think it's the right thing to do. I would disperse that money into high-end quality role players, get some shooters. You need a point guard. You can't ask LeBron to play point guard for 48 minutes. You need a quality starting caliber point guard on that team, and there's a lot of them on the market. So they definitely got to do something there. I mean, you know the usual suspects. I guarantee you are gonna make their way on the Lakers. Bet you Kyle Korver, bet you he's going to get bought out and end up over there. J.R. Smith, I heard some reports about him. You know, he coming over there most definitely. I see that. Melo, he bringing his ass over there too. Y'all know it. So be prepared, Laker fans. Hating on Melo. He's definitely going to be over there in LA. So he's going to have the usual vets that LeBron James always have. And they got to secure that roster. They need to maximize that roster to the best of their capabilities if they want to go on this deep championship run. Because they have, a 3-year window left to win the title while LeBron is there. So they got to get that done. You know, LA is all about chips. City is hungry. It's starving. So they got to get it done. That's going to be an interesting pairing too. So we're going to talk about a lot of their free agency options and everything like that next episode as well. So I'm excited to see what's going on there. Just wanted to give y'all a quick nugget. Episode 99. Gotta embrace it, man. Embrace it. And before we get on out of here, make sure y'all support our brother next episode 100. Make sure you go out and go subscribe to the YouTube page, Above the Rim Podcast. Type that in. Type in my name, Justin. All of it, Just Blaze, whatever. All of it will come up. It's not that hard to find. Go to my Twitter page. Go to my Instagram page. On the official show page, you can find the YouTube links there. Because I need everybody checking that out, man. It's definitely going to be dope, man. I'm putting a lot of effort, a lot of work into that episode 100. So, family, make sure y'all tuning in on that as well. And, yeah. Episode 100. We almost here. 100. You know how we do, family. Episode 99. We out.